In one of Africa's fastest-growing economies, there's a really unique investment opportunity that's opening up some massive doors. So today, let's dive into Tanzania's super innovative approach to public-private partnerships. It's a strategy that's basically designed to fast-track development by inviting the world's best ideas straight to the table.
I mean, think about it for a second. What if you weren't just pitching a business deal? What if you were proposing a solution? A new port, a power plant, maybe a digital network, something that could fundamentally change a country for the better. Well, Tanzania is asking that very question, and they've created a direct path for innovators like you to answer it.
And the scale we're talking about here is just staggering. An infrastructure pipeline that's valued at over $50 billion. Now, that's not just a number on a page. It represents a real gap, a need for roads, for energy, for technology that visionary private investors are now being directly invited to come in and fill. So this invitation for innovators, it works through a pretty special mechanism. It's called an Unsolicited Public-Private Partnership, or PPP. So what does that actually mean? Let's break it down.
Well, in a nutshell, instead of waiting around for the government to put out a tender for a project they've already dreamed up, you, the private company, get to be the one who starts the conversation. You're the one who identifies a need, you design a solution, and you bring it to them. You actually get to lead the way.
So here you can really see the two different paths a project can take. The traditional route, the solicited one, that's reactive, right? The government is in the driver's seat. But the unsolicited path, that's proactive. It totally empowers the private sector to bring its best, most innovative ideas to the forefront, whether that's a brand new piece of tech or a way more efficient financial model.
Okay, so you've got this brilliant idea, you bring it to the table. What happens next? Well, Tanzania has laid out a really clear 6-stage journey that takes your proposal from just a concept all the way to a real-world project.
And from the moment you hand in that initial proposal to the day you actually secure all the funding, what's called financial close, the whole process is going to take you about 12 to 24 months. So yeah, it's a marathon, not a sprint, but the good news is every single stage is clearly defined.
The first half of this journey is really all about vetting your idea. You kick things off by submitting a pre-feasibility study. Then the PPP Center takes a look, and they do it pretty quickly, within about a month, to see if your idea is innovative, if it's sustainable, and if it offers real value. If you get the green light, then you fund a much deeper, full-on feasibility study to prove the project can work on every single level.
Now, once your idea is fully studied and approved, it enters the procurement stage. And this is where things get really competitive with something called a Swiss challenge. If you come out on top as the preferred bidder, you then negotiate the final agreement, and you set up a local company. It's known as a Special Purpose Vehicle, or SPV, which is basically just a dedicated company created for this one project.
Okay, so I know what you might be thinking right now. Wait, why would I do all this work, put in all this effort, just to have my idea put out there for open competition? And you know what? That's a great question. The answer lies in the really unique advantages and protections that are built right into the system for you, the original proposer. This is it. This is the moment of truth. After all your hard work, all your innovation, your concept is opened up to the market. This is to make sure the government and the public gets the absolute best deal. It sounds risky for sure, but there's a really crucial twist.
So, this competitive process is called the Swiss Challenge, and its whole purpose is to create transparency and to make sure everyone gets value for their money. Other companies can look at your proposal and try to offer a better deal, maybe cheaper or faster or more efficient. But you, as the originator, hold a very powerful advantage.
And this right here is the absolute core incentive. It's brilliant. Think of it like an innovation insurance policy. As the original proponent, you are automatically given the right to match the best counterproposal. So if another company comes in with a killer bid, you get the final say. You get the opportunity to meet their terms and win the project you started.
This whole system creates some pretty significant rewards for the innovator. That right to match is a powerful safety net. Your innovation is actually valued. And hey, even the money you spent on those feasibility studies can be recovered, sometimes with a nice premium on top. And when you add in potential goodies like tax breaks, well, the whole proposition becomes very, very compelling.
Now, of course, let's be realistic. No venture is completely without risk. Your proposal could get rejected, or a competitor could come in with a genuinely superior offer. But the good news is, these are manageable risks. The key is to be smart about it. Align your project with national goals from the very beginning, protect your intellectual property, and definitely work with experienced advisors.
And what makes this opportunity so exciting right now are the recent changes to the law. Just last year, in 2023, Tanzania made some significant reforms that have made this entire process even more attractive and, well, accessible for investors.
The government basically decided to streamline the whole thing. They recognized that if they lowered the barriers to entry, they'd attract more high-quality, innovative proposals from all over the world. And two changes in particular really stand out.
First, and this is a huge deal, they completely got rid of the commitment deposit. Just gone. By removing this major upfront financial hurdle, they're signaling a massive boost in confidence in their private partners. A required deposit of zero? Well, that's a pretty powerful statement.
And second, they put a cap on the initial review fee at a maximum of $50,000. This makes the upfront cost predictable and so much more manageable, especially for small and medium-sized innovators who might have world-class ideas but not, massive corporate balance sheets. So the impact of all this is crystal clear. Making the process cheaper and simpler has totally leveled the playing field. This isn't just an invitation for the giant corporations anymore. It's a real, tangible opportunity for any visionary investor with a powerful idea. And it leaves us with a really fascinating question. Is this kind of proactive, private sector-led partnership the blueprint for how we're going to build the essential infrastructure of the 21st century? A model where the best ideas, no matter where they come from, are given a direct path to become a reality?
So, for anyone out there who's inspired to take that next step, the source for this explainer, Advocate Mwalongo, is the absolute expert on navigating this process. If you have an idea that's ready to build, his contact information is right there on the screen. Thanks so much for joining us to explore this incredible model.